I'm nervous to turn this card over because this is a very, very special card for me. What is going on, UFC card lovers? Damien here from UFC Card Talk. We have a mail day video. This box here, I have been teasing mail days for the past 6 weeks now. This is mail day 1 of 3 boxes that I will have coming up on the channel. In this box right here, right now, it does say there is 2 pounds of raw cards in this box. So there is approximately, I don't know, I actually don't even remember how many cards are in here. There's going to be a lot. Guys, I have to stick in with me here for this video. You can see I've just got a different sort of setup for this, just because my mail day videos moving forward, I want them to be all about the cards, less about me on camera and just all about the cards. So I think this is the best setup. This is the best way for me to show off my cards. As per usual, as these are all raw cards, I think it's about $1,000. There could be more, a little bit more. There's at least $1,000 worth of raw cards in here. You're going to see a little bit of different things. As per usual, I'm going to show each and every single card, and I will explain the reason why I bought that card, whether it's a PC card, whether it's a card I'm looking to grade, to flip. All that will be explained as we go through it, so stick with me. And it's going to be kind of fun because over the last few months I have sort of been changing up my collecting process, and as I said, we will go through everything as we come across them. I'm super excited. There is some really big PC cards in here that I'm excited to not only see in hand for the first time, but also show off to you guys, because they, as I said, some really, really big PC cards that I can't wait to get into my hands. What's kind of fun about this is too, because I arranged this mail day probably a month ago now. It takes about 3 weeks for me once I order my inventory from Ship My Cards or ship it out. It takes about 3 weeks to get to here, and then I actually have waited to the end of the week to have enough time for recording to sit down, open it up and record in front of you guys. As we get started here, you guys are going to see. Ooh, Jesus, there's a lot of cards here. So far, that's half the stack we'll put on one side, and then here's another half a stack we will put on the other side. So there's a lot of cards to get through here, guys. Stick with me because it's probably going to be worthwhile. As we open up the first pack, all of my PC cards here, you can't see that one. That is the red prism for Sean O'Malley 2023. All these cards up here, some of my favorites for my collection, and I'll make sense why those particular ones I'm showing off right here, right now. As we start off first, we have the 2011 Jim Miller Finest Refractor. These are not numbered. Actually, that's a lie. I think they are numbered to 888. Yep, there we go. As the camera hopefully focuses one day soon. 786 of 888. There's one refractor. Guess what, guys? There is another refractor. Same refractor, both Jim Millers. Then this one is a Quentin Jackson, Rampage Jackson Finest Refractor. We have the X Refractor from 2011 Finest for Forrest Griffin. These ones a little bit short, numbered to 388, 262, 388, and then we finish it off with another one, Forrest Griffin, 132 of 388. So really, really nice looking cards in hand. I do like the looks of these cards. The idea with these cards is to simply check them over for grading and send the ones that I think that look really good off for grading. I bought multiple copies of both because you never know which ones are going to be gradable and which ones aren't, and they were very, very cheap. That order was from Beckett. I spoke about Beckett before being a great place for arbitrage of cards. You can find cheaper cards on Beckett that have been sitting there for longer than 2020, when card prices, UFC especially, were very, very cheap. And they just haven't been updated. They've sat on people's stores there, and I have been able to come in and snipe them out for very, very cheap. I believe I actually paid less, about $1 each for each of those cards. Here's another one. These are more Beckett purchases. This is a Henzo Gracie. It's the Bloodlines from 2012. It is the Octo Refractor. I believe these are numbered to 88. We'll see. No, sorry, 188. So this is another one. Was a really cheap card and aesthetically really cool. Once again, I will check this out in hand, see what it's like condition wise before deciding whether to send it off for grading. This one. This is a PC one. There's a few cards in here actually before. We have the Yoshihiro Akiyama. One of 3 fighters who are actively PC. I don't pick up so much for Akiyama, just the cards that I really want. These are the 2 favorites from my collection that I have here in the background. This one is a 2012 Gold Finest, numbered to 88. It's a horizontal card, but it is the Gold Finest. Finest, I have mentioned 1,000 times, is my favorite set. As we move on to the next card, we have, look at this one guys, it's a Jim Miller 2009 Topps. As I look at this one straight away and look at this, this was another one that I was looking to grade. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera. Let's see if it's actually on the card. 2009 Topps, not a big secret. These cards are normally beat up and this one is. Look at that corner on that one. I thought there was a bad dent in the surface, but I can't see it now. But look at that edge wear. You let me know what you guys think. You guys who grade more often than I do, we can see that bad edge wear there, the whitening on that edge. You guys let me know what you think. These are thicker cards. The gold from round 1 and 2 for 2009 were thicker cards, thicker stock. So it does make them more susceptible, especially to edge and corner damage. But once again, that was originally a grade to flip, but probably won't get that one graded to flip. Now here is a good example of cards that I'm just sort of experimenting with at the moment. This is the Topps First Class Champions, Brock Lesnar. Very cheap, another Beckett purchase. I thought this was going to be more of a belt relic. It was hard to tell in photos. It's not anywhere near the same as what a belt relic is for the UFC cards that I've bought. This one is from 2012. Very thin. Look how thin. That's like paper thin. So this was cheap. Not bad condition. We'll see. Actually, I'm saying it's not bad condition. There is pretty decent crease there on the side. So once again, no love lost. Still a kind of cool card. Brock Lesnar, one of my favorite wrestlers growing up and just a phenomenal athlete all around. Here we go. We have the Alexander Gustafsson. It's the finest moments from 2012, and you know if it's numbered 47 of 88, that would make it a gold. As we turn it around here, this was another Beckett, so a Beckett Marketplace purchase. So every card you've seen so far has been from Beckett, so I have got them very cheap. And all the same idea with these ones. I am looking to be buying some cheaper Gustafsson cards at the moment, because I haven't mentioned this, but it will be coming up in a future video. I will be looking to get these graded to sell here in Sweden for a specific reason, which I do not want to release yet, but it'll all make sense later on. But this is a very nice looking card. So we move on now. Look at this. Max Holloway. 2 of 99. It's a Panini Prism. For those of you who can see, it's obviously the design is 2022. Centering looks good on the back. Let's see how it looks on the front. It looks pretty good. There's a Panini dimple there. You guys might be able to see a little bit better there now. The centering on this card is actually not quite as good from left to right as I thought it was going to be. We can see there the right border is just a little bit better than the left border. So that is a little bit disappointing. From photos, for some reason, I thought this was much better centered. got this really cheap as well. I think I got this for less than $10, so I shouldn't complain. I do like the orange prisms. I can't afford the gold ones, but I do think the orange ones do look very nice as well. And they are relatively low numbered. So that one was another PC one. And I'll decide if I still want to get this slabbed up or not, even though it does have the Panini dimple. Not sure how that will grade with that dimple there. Once again, if you guys know, you can let me know down in the comments below. For those of you who like basketball, I'm a Celtics fan, and this is the flashback from 2022 Prism. You can see the silver here, very well centered actually, left to right, which was the most important thing. And it's the Jason Tatum, very cheap as well. I believe I got this for less than $5. So this is just strictly a PC card. Alright, we've got a thick stack here. Now, these are all from a deal that I did with Eric quite some time ago. And I'm very excited to be opening up these because these are all PC cards. And very excited to show you off some of these. So first, we have the Yoshihiro Akiyama, my first auto for Yoshihiro from 2011, Moments of Truth. This is his second year. I can't remember. I think he may have a auto. His rookie card is from 2010. He may have a autograph actually from 2010. So this is his second year auto. But how cool is his autograph? In the Japanese lettering there. This one, not numbered, but it is very cool to have my first autograph for Yoshihiro. So we're going to put that one over here, belonging next to my other favorite PC cards of Yoshihiro. We pull up the next one. We got it, guys. You can't look at that, Max Holloway. I'm nervous to turn this card over because this is a very special card for me. We zoom in, 2013. For those of you who collect Max, who know a bit about Max, that is his rookie year. This is a finest card, and we're going to turn it over. This could be one of two parallels. Oh, it's the gold to start with. So we started with the absolute biggest heater. This is the gold finest refractor. The numbering there, 66 of 88. Can guarantee you all this card will not be ever sold as long as I am breathing. I've waited so long to get this card, and I want to thank Eric, UFC Card Father, so much, helping me get this deal, helping me get some really big PC cards. So I remember a time actually when I got into the hobby and I was too nervous to even, I remember seeing Eric do his post with his massive cards, and I thought, oh, one day I'll, deserve to message him. But he's just so welcoming and nice. So if you ever see Eric post up something, don't ever be afraid. Don't ever think you're not good enough to post, to send him a message or hit him up, because he's more than welcoming. And now I have this card in my PC. But, so that is why I have these other finest cards up. These other, I don't know where to put this now. We'll put it over that one. That's the finest moments for the blue refractor. And as we come to the next gigantic Holloway PC card, once again, 2013, you'll recognize it is the same back as what the previous card was, so that is the finest. As we turn this one over, and now I've got the blue. I have the blue, I have the gold. I am denied which one to buy between the two, because I already had the blue finest moments here, and I thought, how cool would it look to pair these two up together? But I just love the gold as well. These gold finest refractors from 2013 are probably my favorite card that I've ever seen for Topps UFC. So I really wanted the gold, but I also really wanted the blue to match in with the finest moments. I don't have the finest moments gold. I only have the blue, as we can see here in the background. So it was just really important to add to my PC this blue refractor for the finest. Cool image as well. as we add that one into the PC as well. Oh, I don't know who to go. Once again, I don't have enough space here. I need a. We'll sit that one over there next to Akiyama. Here we go now. I really like these UFC fight poster cards from early on. This is from UFC 6. This is from 2010 tops. So we flip it over. We've got Dan Severn, Ken Shamrock on the front. These cards have a really nice shine to them. These ones not numbered or anything, but they're just a really cool card. We have the UFC 9 now, Severn versus Shamrock. Really nice, cool looking cards. I think the red parallels, there's a few of these ones that are red. I will look to get graded with PSA. This is UFC 1. The UFC 1 poster. This one is from 2009. Yep, see, 2009. I'm not sure if it was round 1 or round 2 when these ones come out. But super dope cards, and I just think they're really unique. So same thing, I'll look to get some of these ones graded. As we have the UFC 3 poster now, with the rivalry that started them all. Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock. Very cool cards. Very happy. This one 2010 as well. UFC 4. This one aesthetically looks really nice as well. The black, the red. It's got Royce Gracie on the front as well. Just really unique cards, as I said. Like, keep repeating myself, but these are dope cards and ones I recommend you checking out if you have not seen them before. UFC 5 to finish it off. Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock back at it again on the poster. So very cool cards. And I think, yeah, keep saying it. You guys decide for yourself, but I really think these ones are worth checking out. Alright. As we move on now. Well, one more, guys, sorry, to finish it off. Was there 2 more here? Let's check it out. No, it's 1 more. This one is another separate purchase. I've been picking up basically as many of these as I can find, just because these I think are hard to find in good condition. So some of these ones, as I said, I will be looking to get graded depending what my idea is with them. Some of these ones, if I grade, basically my rule of thumb is, right, if I grade with PSA, I'm looking for value, so therefore I'm looking to sell it. But if I grade it with SGC, it's for the PC. So this one probably will look to grade, hopefully get a good grade, and then can sell it on for a profit. Alright, another PC card here now. Got some weird, we've got Sean O'Malley. It's 63 of 175 for 2023 Prism. Those of you who remembered from quite some videos back, I did mention I decided quite a few months ago I was going to start collecting my first ever Prism Rainbow. 2021's too expensive. 2022 is a horizontal card for his Prism. Didn't like that. 2023 was the perfect mix of vertical card and value, as I have here the blue Prism. Basically what I'm looking at of these is, for these to make the cut, is simply to be well centered from left to right. So now I have the blue, I've got the red there. I already have a scratched up orange in a PSA 9 slab that I sent away. As we open up this next one, we'll start with that card, you've already seen it. It is another card that I got from UFC Card Father. I spoke about getting a 10 lot of Khabibs when he did a Facebook story post, as this one will not. There we go, finally focusing. It is 2014 and it's Topps Knockout. So we flip it over and it's the green. numbered to 99. This one straight up will be checked over for grading. When I'm looking at these older Topps cards, especially for well-known, well-collected fighters, I'm not necessarily looking to get 10s or 9s. If I can get an 8 for a card like this, I still think that's a solid grade and worth grading. So I will be checking this one over, seeing if it's at least grade worthy of an 8 in my opinion, rolling the dice, send it to PSA, hopefully get a good grade 8 or above, and then I'll look to sell it on for a profit to buy more Holloway or O'Malley cards. We have the George St. Pierre. Also got this one from the card father. If you remember the Holloway cards, you can see it's 2013 finest. As I flip it over, it's the blue refractor. So long story short, I bought a PSA 9 of this card in the diamond refractor a long time ago. I was able to sell that card, and with the profits I was able to buy a raw version of the blue one. Basically cashed in on a PSA 9 of the diamond refractor, sold for a profit in order to buy this blue one instead, which is obviously not only numbered, but it's just a much nicer looking card. The blue refractors from Finest are just unbelievable. So that's the story behind that one. Whether this is, I think I'll keep this one. I think I'll keep this one and look probably to grade it with SGC, because I just think the blue will look much better in the tuxedo in my opinion. And the last one, once again, it's George's St. Pierre, and it's the bloodlines. You may be able to see that it's numbered to 88. That would make it a gold parallel, and it's 2012. So is this card, my favorite Yoshihiro card. I don't know, I think the auto is probably my favorite now, but the gold Yoshihiro, one of my favorites. So I got it for George as well. This one is from the card father, and look at that. As we get the camera to focus, that one is just a beautiful, beautiful card. A little bit torn what to do with this. I'll check it over whether it's worth grading, because I also know that this would be a pretty desired card for maybe someone who PCs George. I don't consider myself I don't consider George to be part of my collection, although I do think he is a great fighter, and I think he's probably, in my opinion, got the best long-term value, but we'll see. Could be wrong on that, but just as my own opinion, of course. So I think I'll look this one over, look to grade it with PSA, and roll the dice. If it's a high grade, then it would be worth selling. As we break out another stack here. Alright, we can see the season ticket starting off with Sean O'Malley, and there's a story behind this one. Bought this one, once again, relatively cheap. I can't remember if it was the start of this year, but I do like the season ticket designs. Sean O'Malley, this is from 2022. He did not have a 2021 first year season ticket from Chronicles, so this is his 2022. It got the green. Obviously, I'm just so cliche to sound, but I like the color match with the shorts. And as we turn it over, this is 74 of 99. And the big sort of reason for buying this card is I want a signature right here. And that's also why I have this card out, because I'm going to UFC 299 in a couple of weeks, and it is going to be my mission leading up to the fight night to get both of these cards signed by Sean. Not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but that is definitely the plan. And for now, I think, although this has got gold features, this one has no gold features. I do think that probably black, I think gold would look great on this card. Obviously, I'm not sure how well gold will look into this card if I got an auto here in gold, but I do think black would probably look quite nice on both of these as well. So that is the plan. That's why I have these cards out for show and tell right now. This one is the premium pieces that from the Upper Deck Champions Goodie Memorabilia. That one's numbered to 10. It's a laundry tag. If I could get a auto on this, on card auto, it would just be an absolute highlight of my PC because it would be one of a kind. But that is the plan, and that is why I picked up this one as well. Imagine an auto on this card would look absolutely amazing. And as we move on now to another PC card, this one, obviously the green prism, once again, color match. You can understand, I don't know, you tell me, what do you guys think? Which one looks better? This one is numbered to 175. This one is not numbered, but I just think the green on green, just aesthetically, it just looks better. Like the blue one looks cool too, don't get me wrong, I do like the blue one. But I just think green on green, even though this is not numbered, I do, if someone was like, which one are you going to keep? You got to sell one, or got to get rid of one. I'd keep the green, even though it's not numbered. I just think it looks really, really cool. So that one adding on to the 2023 Prism Rainbow chase for Sean O'Malley. We saw the finest refractors for Jim Miller before. This is an on-card autograph from 2011 finest for Jim Miller. Another Beckett pickup. Pretty cheap. Or maybe this was eBay, I can't remember now. But once again, look to get this one graded, and I'll explain why in a future video. This one was a Beckett pickup, and I just really like these cards. Boom. 2011 Atomic Refractor, the red refractor. They call it the Octo Refractor actually. It's numbered to 88. Never ever in my life would thought I would have bought a Shane Carwin card. Long story short, was chasing an Octo Refractor. This was the only one that was available on Beckett Marketplace, and I do believe I got this for about $10 or $12, which is very cheap for people who might not know how rare these cards are. It's numbered to 88, but as I said, these cards, the Atomic Refractors, just because they're so unique, they are very well collected. So to get this one, even though I don't like Shane Carwin, what my plan will be to check it over, get it graded with PSA, and hopefully get it into the hands of a Shane Carwin collector while I make a little bit of money on top for my efforts. What's better than two 2011 finest Jim Miller on-card autos? You tell me, because I don't know. Two on-card autos for Jim Miller from 2011 finest. The Prestige now. This was a part of my ComC order I did a long time ago where I got cards blindly graded. This one, 2021 Panini Chronicles Prestige. The red, numbered to 149 for Israel Adesanya. I learnt my lesson. Originally I did want to get this sent off to grading, but after grading some of these cards blindly without seething them,
God, how juvenile.
I would never do that again. So that is why I have had it shipped here first. The Illuminants, Panini, whatever people want to say, I think Chronicles, the sets that they had and the designs in some of the Chronicles sets and releases were just absolutely amazing. This one is the blue, numbered to 99, matching with the glove tape there. Once again, ComC buy, cheap, and I will check that over. Finishing it off now, well, that stack, I should say. It's a tier 1 from 2017, I do believe. This is the green for Habib, numbered to 50. So just the green patch there. As we flip it over, it will say the relic contained on this card does not come from any specific match or event. So once again, don't only think it was only Panini that had non-specific relics, because Topps are guilty of it too. But this one was, I think, the last card in the Habib lot that I bought from the UFC Card Filer. So once again, we'll look to get this one checked over for grading, graded, and hopefully a decent grade, and I can sell it onwards. As we go to the next stack here, Trying to get through this as quick as I can for you guys and girls. We've got the Fire from 2017 Topps Chrome. This is the Pulsar, numbered to 50. This was on eBay. I can't remember if I got this at auction or as a buy. Now, I think it was maybe an auction, but these are numbered to 50. There we go, 10 of 50. Once again, for my GSP cards, I'll be looking to get this one graded and sold, potentially, if it's a high grade, to someone. Although I love the Pulsars. I really, really do like the Pulsars, and this design specifically looks really nice. It's low serial numbered, comparatively, numbered to 50. So this ticks a lot of boxes, and even if I can't get it sold, as per usual, any card that I look to buy to sell onwards, it needs to be a card that I'd still think is really cool, whether it's the fighter or the design, or both. That is a clear distinguisher for how I just sort of operate in the hobby. Even if it's a card I want to sell onwards, it needs to be a card that I am happy to hold on to if all else fails, and this is definitely a very, very cool card, still in my opinion. We have the 2023 Chronicles Legacy for Georges St-Pierre. It's the red, numbered to 199. I bought this card when Chronicles first came out, and I won it at auction. It was very cheap. I think I got this for maybe $2 or $3. I figured it's actually a pretty cool design. I know it's Chronicles, I know it's paper. I know that Chronicles is one of the cheapest sets that Panini had, but I still just thought this is a pretty cool looking card. And as I said, it's the red parallel, it is numbered. Gonna look this over, hopefully get it graded with PSA and look to sell it. We'll see how that wears out as I lift up this one. It wasn't expensive once again, but definitely one of the better GSP cards I've ever got. It's the 2009 Gold Round 2 for GSP. I'm pretty disappointed that there is no tape. This one's not hanging out as a top loader, but there should be some tape here. We'll see. I don't know if I want to take this out of the case while trying to film this at the same time to check it over. As I quickly check, there is some damage on the corner there. These, once again, thicker card. Little bit of corner wear on basically all the corners. So we'll see. This one, once again, got this relatively cheap. I think I got this, I can't remember actually, but it was cheap enough for me to buy, I put it that way. And it did look pretty good in the photos. Although I'd say the worst is that corner right there. I'm not sure if you can see the whitening on it. It is a little bit dinged up. But I will still check that over, get it graded, because even the 2009 round 1, round 2, if you can get an 8, it's still worthwhile doing the grading process. So we'll see. And Georges St-Pierre, a well collected fighter. And I actually thought all about this card as we lift this one up. This one was definitely at auction, and once again I went to go hard on this card because once again it looked in pretty good condition, and this one is looking quite, there's some edge wear here on the top edge, so that's disappointing a little bit, but the corners actually look pretty good. 2009, this is round 1, this is GSP's Topps rookie card. He did have cards in 2008 for Don Russ Americana, for those of you who do not know. But this card is overall, other than that top edge, is pretty clean. Kind of looks like someone sort of cut that with a hacksaw or something. That's how it looks all chewed up, that top edge. Once again, we'll check this over and decide whether this is worth grading or not, but not unhappy with this one so far. Once again, got it at a pretty good price, so we'll see. This was one of my first purchases for the collab that I do with Zach at Box Alarm Trading. Subscribe to his channel, him and Eric. But I got the 2012 flag parallel for Bloodlines for Tony Ferguson. Got this really cheap. I think I paid all in $10 with postage for this card. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this card, actually. I really don't know. Maybe I'll just keep it. It might be cool, actually, to keep the cards that I'm not able to sell during the fight week. But this might be cool to keep some of the cards that I buy for mine and my collab with Zach. And we move on to another Rainbow Chase. Cracked Ice. First ever Cracked Ice card that I've had that will be going into my PC. So that is cool. Well centered once again. From left to right. And that will be adding on to the rainbow. And we finish it off talking about the 2023 rainbow. For those of you who did see my previous mail day where I had this card graded and there was just a scratch that went from one side all the way over to the other side, and somehow it's still got a PSA 9. Because I actually checked the photos. My original thought was with the previous version that it happened in the grading process, but I actually went back, checked the listing photos, and that scratch was all the way across there in the listing to begin with. So it wasn't PSA, but they still graded a 9, so think of that what you like. But I was so disappointed. I had to buy a new one. Got this one relatively cheap at auction again. I think one popped up. It does have some Panini dimples in it, I think, maybe, but doesn't matter. As I said, it was well centered left to right. Orange prism, my second favorite prism, numbered to 99, and that one will be going into the rainbow. So as we lay these one out, we have the orange, we've got the Cracked Ice, we've got the green, we've got the blue, we've got the red. So I do want the base, the silver. I'm not going to get the hyper. I'm not going to get any of the waves. I may get the blue wave, I don't know yet. But when I say I'm doing the Panini Prism Rainbow, I'm just doing my own version of it. I don't subscribe to all these hyper prisms and hyper silvers. I just want to do it the traditional way that I want to do it. So still a few more to get, and I'm going to obviously finish at the gold. I don't expect to get the 101, but maybe one day. Alright, 2021 Panini Chronicles Black. It's the red parallel, number 199 for the notorious Conor McGregor. The original, I honestly bought this card I think longer than a year ago, and the original idea was to get this graded, and it's pretty clean looking, so I probably will still maybe do that. I just think this would look good in a PSA slab and hopefully carry some value if it gets a high grade, being that it's Conor McGregor and it's also numbered. I forgot about this card. as per usual. There's a lot of cards here, guys. You guys can see that, but look at this. I bought this card also longer than a year ago. I bought this in September of 2022, maybe, or maybe it was either way, I don't remember exactly when I bought this, but it was a long time ago. And look at that, the Panini 2021 debut Prism in the red for Sean O'Malley. I already have the green, I already have the silver, I have not got and now I have the red. These are very nice looking cards. This was pretty well centered too. I don't know what it is. I can always see, like, you can see automatically the right border is a little bit less than the left, but in photos it always looks perfect, so I don't understand how they can pull that off. But regardless, this one, number 275, 82 of 275. What am I going to do with this card? I don't know. I don't know if I should get this graded with SGC or PSA, because the only reason I like PSA is with the red parallels, but we'll see. I'll have to think about that. I'll keep you guys updated. And as we move on to my favorite Conor card, without being an auto, it's the 2014 Topps Champions. This is a silver parallel, which is super hard to distinguish between this and the base. I think it's literally just this border here on the silver parallels are lighter than what they are on the base cards. Really, really like this card. I've seen so many copies of this. Once again, I bought this a year ago, I think at least. The problem was, with most of these cards, they are damaged on the edges. I've not seen another one that is not damaged on the edge, on the corner, sorry, as well. This one, a little bit of damage there on the bottom corner. I will look to get it graded though, because I think, once again, this card, even in a 8, probably, PSA 8, being that it's a silver, being that I don't think there's too many good copies of this card left out there in the wild, I think that'll still command enough value to be worth graded and potentially sold. But once again, I love this just old school picture of Connor. Reminds me of the days when he first got it started, Mystic Mac. This one was an absolute steal. Couldn't believe I won this one when I won it. 2014 champions as well, as we have a massive piece of tape over the numbering here. This is the gold for Royce Gracie, the champions relic, 25 of 25. I got this at auction a long time ago. Once again, I don't think it wasn't a year ago, maybe a little bit less, as we can see some damage there automatically, but I still think regardless, this is a very cool, unique looking card. 25 of 25 as well. I'll decide maybe this one might look better, I think, in an SGC slab. I don't think it's worth getting it in PSA, just because I think the black bordering on an SGC slab will highlight this parallel much better. And that'll be the plan for that one. That one I'll keep in the PC. It won't be it wouldn't be a card that I would say I would never sell. If there was someone who desperately wanted this card and was willing to offer me enough for it to make sense, I would sell this card, but I did get it quite cheap. So, and as we talk about 2016, the first year of Topps Museum, for the PC, 40 of 75, Max Holloway. Now, I did get this at auction as well, mid to late last year. Got it for a very good price. Museum, slightly thicker card. This one looked in great condition, and I may be tempted to get this graded. And if it does grade well, it could be a card that I could be willing to let go, because I got this cheap enough, and that was the idea behind it. Obviously I do PSA Max, but I do think there could be more value in this card than what I'm willing to hold on to Max. Like we can see here, I know this is the first year museum. I do really like the design. I like it when fighters have pictures of them holding the flag, but like comparatively to these cards, the finest, and there's more finest behind here obviously that I've covered over with those ones. They don't, like this card comparing to those does not compare. And I don't want to have so many cards in my PC I don't know what to do with, so may look to get this one graded, and if it grades well and somebody wants it, I may be willing to let this one go, but we'll wait and see. And we will finish it off, this stack at least, not the video, we'll finish off this stack with the rated rookie red for Tom Aspinall, the new interim heavyweight UFC champion. 52 of 199. I bought this not long before he fought for the interim title, and I actually thought I bought this before he was even announced to fight for the interim title. I think the rated rookies are one of the better cards that Panini have done. Color match will be in a PSA slab. Looks pretty clean. May grade well. So I don't mind having a Tom Aspinall card in the collection if all else fails, but if this grades right and the value is there, then I would definitely be open to selling it. Alright, we're getting to the end of it now as we pick up the 2012 finest refractor for Nate Diaz. Very, very iconic image of him in his walkout in the throwdown hoodie, back when they could wear sponsored walkout clothing, which I think were better days. It's interesting how the 2012 refractors for finest weren't numbered, but the first year of 2011 they numbered the refractors to 888. So probably means there's a lot more of 888 of the refractors out from 2012, but just a very, very cool image of Nate. And I bought this card a long time ago, back when you guys would have remembered I was making videos, and I do think that Nate Diaz has enough star power and enough relevance that he will hold value long term. So this is not obviously a super big card of Nate, but I still think it's super cool, especially 2012, and especially if it's in good condition, which I'll check this one over. Look to get it graded if it's in good condition, and look to sell it onwards or just hold for the future. 2021 Chronicles, Israel Adesanya. Once again, this was a ComC pickup. Maybe it was an eBay pickup actually. Try and take this one out so we get it. And we have the sticker over the top loader. That always like that, just to wreck the mail day. This is a certified. This is one of a few certified reds I've picked up from 2021 Chronicles in the red parallel, numbered to 149. This will look nice as well if this is grade worthy in a PSA slab, and hopefully chase some extra value, sell it onwards. We have another, as I mentioned before, another UFC 4 fight poster. Royce Gracie, Steve Jenham. These ones, 2020, 2010. And as I said, I've just been picking these up when I see them. They're relatively cheap, and I just think these will be good ones to hold on to. This one, UFC 3, again, Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock. Another fight night poster pickup. Alright. These ones I vividly remember buying in the summer when I was on holidays last year. Got these at auction, same seller. Basically picked both these up because one of them I wanted more than the other, and the other one was at auction, won it cheap, and figured why not, combine postage. We have the Noir from 2022 Chronicles for Israel Adesanya. This is the base, numbered to 99. They also have a gold that's numbered to 10. But this, like this street art image, almost illustration type, I just think these are a very unique design. As I said, I commend Chronicles for just the design, like the different designs, and also and just the artistry that they brought into these photos. Like the gold accents on this card, kind of classy, and I did like it. So once again, this one looks very clean as well, and definitely gradable. This one I might actually keep. I think if I got this in a SGC slab, I just think it would really pop, and I probably want to keep that one, so we'll see. And this one, 2023 Prism, Conor McGregor. This one, as I said, was just an add-on to that order. I won this one for just a couple of dollars as well, and I think of the Prism photos that Conor has had, this is his best one, obviously commemorating the moment when he won the lightweight title as well, and it's just him sitting in the cage holding up both belts. This is a Hyper Prism, Hyper Silver, and I do think this could be grade worthy, so look to get that graded and potentially sold. Alright, these cards super underrated. I've recently going to be picking up the set from Eric. He's holding it for me graciously. He's been holding it for quite some time, a very patient man. But the 2009 TKO sets, once again, super just unique cards that I think will be appreciated the longer that they're around, the more that time goes by. This is the base, not numbered, but you can see they have a refraction to them as well, which is really cool. Randy Couture, one of my favourite fighters from back in the day, and I do believe he was potentially one of the first fighters, if not the first, to be a multiple weight division champion. Not at the same time, but started off at lightweight, heavyweight, then won the title heavyweight later in his career. Very, very cool card, and I will be getting the set of these 20 cards in the set. And then we finished off with another UFC 5 Fight Night poster. So there we go, guys. My battery is about to die. This has been a massive, massive mail day video. 1 of 3 coming up. If you haven't already, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Of course, let me know what has been your favourite of this mail day. There's been a lot I've been through. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and I'll see you again here next week at UFC Card Talk.